or Marble Hornets because their style of content is unique, experimental.
What type of dance was this? What's the vibe, guys? This is Mr. Valid. Hold on. Yo, DJ, play some, man. Alright, thank you. So as I said, this is Mr. Valid, and today we're gonna react to a video called "Why Every YouTuber Sucks Now." Hopefully, I'm not a part of that, but I'm curious, so let's see this together, man.
You ever scroll through YouTube and feel like you're watching the same video over and over again? Different titles, different faces, but the same exact energy, over-exaggerated expressions and style. There was a time when being a YouTuber meant having a voice, a personality, and a unique thing about you that stood out and attracted millions. YouTubers didn't suck back then, but today, they unfortunately do. YouTube used to reward ideas, but now, it rewards scale. This obsession with scale and spectacle doesn't just hurt today's creators, but it also destroys the future of the platform. Because if you're a kid watching YouTube today, you only see one thing. You need a mansion, you need a giant prop, you need 50 people in every video, an intense challenge, and an open budget. There is no space for the small creators anymore. You don't get epic rap battles of history, you don't get Casey.
Well, we are gonna blow up. We're a small creator now, but we're gonna blow up one day. One day it's gonna happen, man. And you heard it from me right here. Well, it's true certain thumbnails are similar, but it doesn't really mean that the YouTuber sucks. Like, you are unique. Everyone is unique in their way. So, even if, yes, the thumbnails regarding like creativity wise, yes, it might be the same, but like regarding content, I don't really agree with that. Do you?
You don't get Smosh, but instead, you get a handful of creators making the exact same video. Whether it's Matthew Beam creating the biggest anything he can find, the Stokes twins hiring a bunch of fake actors to look for them in a bunch of fake secret rooms, or Preston trying to be Mr. Beast but without the Beast budget. Even the king of the platform himself, Mr. Beast, just isn't the same anymore. He started out as a YouTuber pushing the boundaries of content and having fun with his friends. But today, his content is just an overly produced TV show that just happens to be posted on YouTube.
He evolved. You gotta evolve. You cannot stay the same every time. Because I bet like if he stayed the same, if he still did the content he did early on, he wouldn't be as big as he is right now. He evolved.
And it's against everything that YouTube stood for. YouTube was the anti-TV back in the day. It removed gatekeepers, producers, and talent scouts. YouTube allowed anyone that has anything to say or share to the world to be on the platform and be your own channel owner.
Talent scouts? There's talent scouts? Gatekeeper? There's gatekeepers? I didn't know there was gatekeepers. It's YouTube. Who's the gatekeeper?
Literally. But today, with YouTube's focus on becoming the new cable, expanding their platform and focusing on TV viewership, it just isn't the same anymore. And there are three main reasons as to why every YouTuber sucks today. When the platform first started, it was a place where everyone can just speak their mind. There were no rules, no overly edited thumbnails, and no formula to follow. It's rare to find unique creative content today like epic rap battles of history back in 2010. Now, to understand why every YouTuber sucks now, you need to understand how Mr. Beast broke the game. It's not about putting the weight of destroying a whole platform and a generation of creators on the back of one man. But reaching 400 million subscribers and the level Jimmy is at now didn't come from just creating videos. It came from reshaping an entire industry and the platform. So yes, MrBeast has played a big part in this massive change. The iPhone came out with the first fully touchscreen phone with no button. They disrupted an industry, and today, every phone is competing on a bigger and bigger screen with less buttons and less distractions. This is exactly what Jimmy did. He disrupted an entire industry. Jimmy knew he needed to be different. He knew that in order to break through, he needed to bring something new to the table. He studied what works, what makes people click, and what's missing on the platform, and took advantage of that. By doing this, he created a whole new genre of content all about giving away millions of dollars, doing weird challenges, and adding high-stakes element to each upload. There's always something on the line. There's always a challenge, a cash prize, or something epic that needs to happen. This worked out brilliantly for Jimmy, as he was getting.
But how do you know if that is him that started this? Because you never know. YouTube is so large that there are YouTubers out there that are entertaining, man. Like, so entertaining. But they haven't been discovered yet. Who knows if all these ideas, someone already had it or made it earlier on, but never had the audience or the exposure like MrBeast had. Because we all copy from each other. I don't know. MrBeast may have influenced it, but I'm not sure if he is the main reason why YouTube is the way it is right now. I personally don't see a problem. Others might. For those who have a problem or see as a problem, write it in the comment section so that I could, see both from both eyes. This is interesting.
Millions of views with every upload, making more money to fund even crazier challenges and give away bigger and bigger cash prizes, and the cycle continues. And of course, everyone else saw it. They saw the views, the money, and the blueprint. And that's when things started to shift, because once it was clear that the MrBeast style content could pull in tens of millions of views every single week, the race began. Dozens then hundreds of creators started copying the format. Fast cuts, big spectacle challenge.
If it works, it works. If it works, it works.
Large sums of money, big as anything in the world, and so on. But by that time, Jimmy of course was far ahead of everyone. Yet, it didn't stop every new creator to jump in and get his fair share of the views this format was getting. And so, a new YouTube genre was born. Spectacle-driven viral challenges. It didn't matter what the video was about, as long as it felt big, had a large sum of money, and included any high stakes the creator could think about. And here is why this is a problem. When everyone is making spectacle content, the spectacle stops being special and starts becoming overly produced noise. It becomes content that only exists to outdo the video that came before it. You have to spend more, go bigger, cut faster, and yell louder, because if you don't, the millions of views will just go to someone else that is. And the worst part is that it works, because the algorithm rewards whatever people click on, and people keep clicking on the same type of videos. Now, to be fair, this isn't entirely Jimmy's fault. He found something that worked and scaled it. He didn't ruin YouTube, he just figured it out before anyone else did. The problem isn't MrBeast. The problem is what happened after MrBeast. Other creators who saw the success and thought, if I do the same, maybe I'll win too. But they forgot the most important role in content creation. You don't win by copying the leader, you win by doing something different. And that's why it feels like every YouTuber sucks now, because every YouTuber is doing the same thing. Instead of being themselves, they're all trying to be a worse version of someone else, or they just don't care about the content anymore. They just...
I could see it. I could kind of understand it. It's good to be inspired by someone, but you gotta add your own sauce into it, your own piece of personality into it. When you do yours, you cannot copy word for word, bar for bar. If you're structuring it this way, I see.
care about how the content performs and how much money it makes. People like Jimmy dominated a platform or an industry by being unique and taking on an industry in a new way. But for every creator that is trying to copy him, you just can't compete, and you can't become the new MrBeast by being just like him. Now
Don't be the next MrBeast, be the next you. Be the next you, man. The quote of the day, be the next you.
Others simply don't care about becoming the next Mr. Beast. They just care about the views they are getting and the money they are making, which birthed creators like the Stokes twins or Ben Azulart, creating the same kind of videos week in, week out, with not a unique element inside. Just viral content repeated and rewatched, aimed at maximizing views, ad revenue, and with most of it being fake as well. And the actual creative videos are just buried underneath 100 secret room videos. Now, even though creators are at the heart of a platform like YouTube, because simply put, if there are no creators posting videos, there is no platform, we can't deny YouTube's own actions that help fuel the directions creators take with their content. In 2025, YouTube surpassed every platform in TV viewership, proving that people are watching YouTube on their TV more than anything else. And when you're watching TV, you're not watching 1 or 2 minute videos, you're watching long 20, 30-minute pieces of content. And that is where metrics like average view duration and click-through rate matter. Because TV audiences don't click through 10 different videos in a row, they sit back and they binge. And YouTube knows that. So now, it's not just about who has the most clicks, it's about who can keep a person sitting on their couch watching your video for 18 minutes without touching the remote. And that's exactly what these spectacle-driven challenge videos do. They hook you, they dangle a prize, they promise something absurd at the end and keep the stakes high, and then they stretch it for the entirety of the video. With YouTube rewarding videos that people click on and watch the most, creators started to study and focus on how to maximize these two metrics. And in today's time, what works is the exact type of content MrBeast created: high-stakes, engagement-based challenge videos. YouTube doesn't care about how creative your video is. It doesn't care if it's meaningful, fake, loud, manipulative, or straight-up brain-melting. YouTube cares about one thing: did people click, and how long did they stay? That's why creators spend more time designing thumbnails than scripting videos, and they front-load tension and fake stakes in every upload. Because creators aren't making videos anymore, they're making retention machines. That's why we don't see any new weird channels break out like we used to. There's no modern day Freddie W, or Mystery Guitar Man, or Marble Hornets, because their style of content is unique, experimental.
What type of dance was this? What was that? Is this what's happening now? What video is this?
Often slow to unfold, and it doesn't survive in the algorithm anymore. It gets outrun by 10 challenge thumbnails screaming at you with all caps and 5 emojis. And it's not just the homepage that changed, it's the culture that comes with it. YouTube has become this hyper-competitive space where everyone is watching everyone else's metrics, copying whatever is performing best, and tweaking their content to fit that mold. There's no time to build an identity, no time to experiment, and no time to find your own voice. You have to start loud and stay loud or disappear. But this is also not entirely YouTube's fault, because at the end of the day, YouTube is looking out for its own personal good. They want to be the most watched platform and have their users spend the most amount of time on their platform. So if people are clicking and watching these videos, is it really YouTube's fault for pushing them even more, or is it our fault for clicking and watching in the first place? YouTube didn't suddenly decide that fast-paced challenge videos should dominate the homepage. It figured that out by watching what we click on and watch, tracking also what we stop watching halfway through and what we ignore on our homepages. It's all data that the system is taking in to give us more of what we already respond to. Over time, that turns into a kind of conditioning. We're no longer choosing what to watch. We're being trained to want whatever is most clickable. It's like the fast food of video content. Quick hits of dopamine, loud intros, high stakes, and big reactions. And the longer we stay in the loop, the harder it is for anything different to hold our attention. So even when someone does try to make something real, personal, or a little weird, it doesn't stand a chance. This is what people don't talk about enough. The fact that we, the audience, are feeding the very system we complain about. We say we miss the old YouTube, and we say we want originality, but we don't watch it, we don't share it, and we don't let it grow. MrBeast doesn't get 200 million views per video by chance. This is because 200 million people clicked on it to watch it. And all of this is data for YouTube to use and serve these same 200 million people more videos like it. So yes, YouTubers today suck. It's just not the same anymore. But it's also how we as a society changed. Italian brain rot content taking over the internet says a lot about the content that does.
What is this? Y'all should use AI to evolve. But what is this? Like, what's the context? You know, I've seen enough. Would I say YouTube sucks? No. Um, it's a good platform full of creators. The only thing that I may see that people are copying off of each other are like the thumbnails. But even if the idea is similar, someone cannot really copy exactly what someone's doing because they're each adding their own, sorry, they're each adding their own sauce, you know? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, this is Mr. Valid. Hopefully y'all learned something, because I did. Mr. Valid, we out.